Super Bowl 57 is about to be epic. First off, if you love offense, this is the game for you, as the Chiefs and the Eagles both have one of the best offenses in the entire league. If that wasn't enough, you have the Andy Reid factor, as Andy Reid, the head coach of the Chiefs, is facing off against his former team in the Philadelphia Eagles. You have the Travis versus Jason Kelce storyline, the first time that two brothers have met on the field. We saw two brothers face off on the sidelines, first time on the field that we are seeing brothers face against each other in the Super Bowl. And then, of course, you have two of the most rambunctious, wildest, and loyal fans in the National Football League, in the Chiefs and the Eagles, two of the greatest fan bases there are, facing off against each other in Arizona. This is going to be one heck of a Super Bowl, and one way to conclude what has been an amazing NFL season. Today, guys, we are here to share with you our official Super Bowl 57 prediction. Who will be crowned world champions? Will it be the Chiefs getting their second title in the last 4 seasons, or will it be the Eagles clinching their second title in franchise history? We're about to break it down for you right now. So welcome back to the Gridiron Expert, guys. We're so glad that you could join us today. As always, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos. Check out everything down in the description below, because while this may be the last football game that we have for about 6 months until the college football season starts up again, college football and NFL football never dies here at the Gridiron Expert. If you love football, this is the place for you, 24/7, 365, year-round content at the Gridiron Expert, and we want you to become a part of our GE Nation, where we talk football, again, all day, every day. Become a part of it. Join our team today. So like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification button so you don't miss any future content right here on the channel. So let's dive into this game, guys. We'll start on the offensive side of the ball. This is where a lot of fun's going to be, right? I might be leaning towards the over in this game. Not 100% sure, but if I had to choose, I might be leaning the over, because these two offenses are so tough to stop. You got the Chiefs first off. And you know what you're getting with Kansas City, right? Patrick Mahomes is there. He's perfect. He's the MVP. Over 5,200 passing yards on the year, had 315 passing yards against the Bengals in the AFC Championship game, and he did it on a bum ankle. Wasn't 100% with his ankle. Might not be 100% with the ankle going into the Super Bowl. Something to monitor. He's going to play, obviously, but how mobile will he be in this game? That's the question. Well, against the Bengals, he was mobile enough to scramble on that second down, pick up the first down, and pick up the penalty that put the Chiefs in field goal position to win the game against Cincinnati. So that does count for something. But how mobile will he be as compared to what he was mid-season? One thing that's really impressed me with Mahomes, guys, we know he's got great arm strength. We know he's creative with the ball. We know he's pretty accurate. He has just 1 interception in his last 6 games. He's taking great care of the football. He does not make many mistakes. And the Eagles are going to have to find a way to force him into mistakes. We saw that weird fluke fumble against the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. That was weird. Don't think that's going to happen again in Arizona. Eagles are going to have to pick him off. They're going to have to pressure him. They're going to have to find a way to get the ball back quickly and keep it out of Mahomes' hands. That's what they have to do, because we know the Chiefs, they can score fast. Averaging nearly 300 passing yards per game, 116 rushing yards per game, 29.2 points per game on the year. They've got Isaiah Pacheco, who's just as dangerous of a threat out of the backfield as he is as a runner, 830 rushing yards on the year. You got Travis Kelce, over 1,300 reception yards and 12 touchdowns on the year as the top target. The Eagles' defense certainly going to have their hands full with this Chiefs offense, which for the last few years under Andy Reid has been one of, if not the best, in the National Football League. The Eagles, on the other hand, their offense pretty dang good too. They can certainly match Kansas City step for step. Jalen Hurts has been phenomenal, leading an offense averaging over 28 points per game, 241.5 passing yards per game, and 147.6 rushing yards per game. We talked about it in our previous video about the Eagles, saying how their offense is extremely balanced, and that's something that's going to serve them very well in the Super Bowl against Kansas City. You don't want them to be so one-dimensional. One could argue that the Chiefs would own the passing edge in this game. To me, the Eagles would own the rushing edge in this game, because Jalen Hurts, first off, is definitely more mobile in this game than Patrick Mahomes, even if Mahomes didn't have a messed up ankle. Hurts has over 800 rushing yards on the year, including the playoffs. He has over 3,700 passing yards with 22 touchdowns, 13 rushing touchdowns in the regular season. Miles Sanders, over 1,200 rushing yards on the year, 11 touchdowns. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, both 1,000-yard receivers. They're dangerous, guys. They are dangerous. They're explosive. And again, they can match Kansas City step for step. And what's impressed me even more about the Eagles, too, is not just how explosive they are, but how strong they are up front. This is an Eagles team that has been dominating the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. The offensive line creating holes for their runners, creating great protection for Jalen Hurts. This team had 268 rushing yards against the Giants in the divisional round. They had 148 rushing yards against the 49ers in the championship game. All 4 touchdowns for the Eagles against the 49ers came on the ground. Credit to that offensive line. The defense, guys, that's going to be key here. 2 great offenses. It kind of comes down to a defense that can get the most stops or one crucial stop. Which one's it going to be? Is it going to be the Chiefs? It's going to be the Eagles. We look at Kansas City. This is a solid defensive team. A defense doesn't get nearly enough credit because they're kind of overshadowed by what their offense does. They only allow 21.7 points per game, just 221 through the air, only a little over 100 on the ground. They're pretty dang good. Can they stop that Philadelphia balance? Can they keep Jalen Hurts in check? Can they make sure that they maintain him just to the pocket and not allowing him to escape and use his legs? Mobility for the quarterbacks is key. Mahomes may not be as mobile as we've seen in the past. Can the Chiefs defense make sure that Jalen Hurts is the same way? The Chiefs defense has 62 sacks on the year, 24 turnovers forced, including the playoffs. But again, can they stop that RPO offense? One thing I will give the Chiefs credit for, guys, the last 6 games, not only is Mahomes taking great care of the football, the defense is playing lights out. Their last 6 games, no opponent has scored over 24 points on Kansas City. Might be the magic number for Philadelphia. If you eclipse 24 points, might win the game. You take a look at the Eagles, guys. Their defense might be the best in the league. Again, kind of hard to believe because we hear so much about the offense, but this Eagles defense is ridiculous. They have 78 sacks on the year, including the playoffs. That number is ridiculous. 78 sacks on the year. And we know the Chiefs' offensive line is pretty good. We know that. But again, can they hold up against this pass rush? Can Mahomes extend the plays? Can he roll out? Can he be mobile if he's under pressure? That's the question. We saw the Eagles defense, guys. Everybody wants to criticize them. Oh, they didn't face a great quarterback in the playoffs like, the Chiefs did. They had to face Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence. All the Eagles did was they faced Daniel Jones and a bad 49ers quarterback and Brock Purdy and Josh Johnson. Doesn't matter. Doesn't mean that the offensive line was bad. Doesn't mean that the opposing defenses were bad. The Eagles were still legit, guys. This is a team that has 78 sacks. They forced 31 turnovers. They're creating offense with their defense. They're only giving up 20 points per game. It's about 180 passing yards per game, a little over 120 rushing yards per game. They're stingy, and they really don't allow too many big plays. And that's going to be the key for the Eagles in this game, is making sure that they don't get beat deep. Making sure they don't allow too many big plays, definitely making sure they don't allow too many conversions. The defensive line does their job and sacks Patrick Mahomes, gets some tackles for a loss, and the Chiefs are facing a 2nd or 3rd and long. You cannot allow Patrick Mahomes to stand in the pocket and deliver because they will. Not many teams can convert consistently on 3rd and 20 or maybe longer. The Chiefs are the team that can. They always seem to find a way. Eagles cannot allow that to happen defensively. Again, they're dominating on the offensive line. They're dominating on the defensive line. Can they do it one more time in the Super Bowl? So what's going to happen, guys? These 2 teams meet out in Arizona, out in the desert. 2 great fan bases. I love the Andy Reid storyline. It's poetic in a way. It's almost poetic that you almost feel like if the Chiefs win, could he maybe retire and ride off into the sunset? Probably not, but what a way to end by clinching his 2nd Super Bowl and beating his former team, which he got to the Super Bowl back in the early 2000s, just couldn't get the job done against Belichick and the Patriots. So that would be poetic. For the Eagles, it'd be poetic to finally get another Super Bowl against their former coach, who gave them so many good years but never could get the job done. So the Andy Reid storyline's great. Travis versus Jason Kelsey, that's great. The brother that wins gets the bragging rights over the other. That's going to be awesome. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. This is going to be a really, really interesting game, guys. But ultimately, sadly, there can only be one winner. And I believe that winner is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. It's going to be the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Games are won at the line of scrimmage. We know that. Defense wins championships, and games are won in the trenches. And to me, the Eagles own that edge on both sides. They own that edge on the offensive line. They own that edge on the defensive line. We've seen them playing bully ball for the majority of the season, and certainly in the playoffs. And many will say that the Eagles haven't faced anybody. And to an extent, you're right. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs will probably be the toughest test that the Eagles have faced all year. Mahomes is certainly the best quarterback that the Eagles have faced all year. Other quarterbacks that the Eagles have faced, the best ones, probably Dak Prescott or Aaron Rodgers, both on a down year. Well, Dak, I don't know. But, again, this will be the toughest test the Eagles have faced. They are up for that challenge. The defense will deliver. The defense delivered in their first Super Bowl victory when they took down Tom Brady and the Patriots. That strip sack at the end of the game ended up being the difference maker and helped the Eagles clinch their first ever title. The defense delivers once again. The Eagles will win Super Bowl 57 in a fun, high-scoring game, but the defense delivers in the final minutes, just like they did back in Super Bowl 52, and they will clinch their second Super Bowl title in franchise history, and Mahomes is denied yet again. The Chiefs in their third Super Bowl in the last 4 years, but they will drop to 1-2 in those games by the end of Sunday night. So guys, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. We are predicting the Philadelphia Eagles to win Super Bowl 57 in what should be an instant classic. Should be a classic. We said it was epic. We're expecting one. Eagles win. As always, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and of course, check out everything down in the description below, including our expert picks, because those are around year-round as well. You do not want to miss out on those. Again, we have nonstop content on our channel, nonstop content on our website, because we want you to become a part of our GE Nation. We want you to come to a place where football truly never dies and never ends, right here at the Gridiron Expert, guys. So again, thank you all so much for your support throughout this season. Enjoy the game on Sunday. We'll be back on Monday with a Super Bowl recap, and then we jump right back in to our college football coverage as the offseason officially kicks off. So once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.
Yeah.